the most challenging foreign policy goals awaiting the next US president will be to manage the US's relationship with China.
Now, in some respects, the Bush administration might regard it as one of its few foreign policy successes, despite getting off to a rocky start. In the fourth of our special reports on ties between China and the United States, Tony Cheng looks at the delicate diplomatic balancing act.
This 60-year-old woman is said to be one of the most dangerous terrorists in the world, and she's a frequent guest at the White House. Rabia Kadir was jailed and imprisoned by the Chinese government, suspected of links to radical Islamic groups, to whom she leaked state secrets. Today she lives in exile, lobbying the US government to put pressure on China to increase autonomy in her homeland, Xinjiang. She's made many friends in Washington, and her message of Chinese government human rights abuses has been well received. She feels she's been given all the support she needs.
The American government has negotiated with the Chinese government to prevent the execution and repression of Uyghurs, urging them to give us the same treatment as the Han Chinese.
And Tibet, another flashpoint of ethnic tension and a major diplomatic hurdle. After violence erupted on the streets of Lhasa earlier this year, China cracked down hard. But for all the strong words from the US, little real action.
I think the administration has been very similar to every administration that I've witnessed since Ronald Reagan left office, and that is they often give time to say nice words about democracy and supporting people who believe in freedom, but they rarely will make a decision that is a tangible policy decision.
One option open to a new president is to withdraw China's most favored nation trade status. But in these difficult economic times, playing with the important trade relationship may be too much of a risk. The other option is to covertly back separatist groups, something that has already happened in the past. Here at Washington's Spy Museum, the history of US espionage is laid out for all to see. These are remnants of America's covert past, but many in China today suspect that Washington is still secretly supporting separatist groups in order to prevent a strong and unified China.
Premier Wen Jiabao has promised to help the American financial markets. But as a reward, the U.S. is selling advanced weapons to Taiwan, meeting with the Dalai Lama, and announcing that Xinjiang terrorists can stay in the United States.
It's a diplomatic minefield, and one in which the next president will have to tread very carefully, stepping delicately between the demands of leading the foremost power in the democratic world and keeping good relationships with those you need outside it. Tony Cheng, Al Jazeera, Washington.